Ring the bell! Ladies and gentlemen, Marks and Tricks, sit on your ass and listen to this. It's the Last Real Hills Podcast, episode 80. Somehow we're still around. It's me, URB, ANHERETIC 187. To my left,
it's J-Man here, fresh off the heels of the first part of Ultima Lucha. It's with a special guest. One of our favorites on Lucha Underground, Marty the Moth. Martin Cashew, I think. Is that how it's said?
Yeah, that was kind of not even close.
Oh man, Vinny knew I was gonna do it.
No one ever gets it right. It's Casaus.
Yeah.
Like mouse, but Casaus.
Yeah.
My football coach called me Casaus, so at least it's better than that.
Well, hell, I'll just stick to Marty the Moth so I don't botch it anymore.
I'll dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
But how you doing today, man?
Fantastical. It's Sunday, so this is kind of my day of rest / I get to do stuff around the house instead of being on the road or working any other way.
Hell
so
yeah.
this is actually quite nice for me right now.
That's awesome, man. I guess, we usually, every time we interview somebody the first time, we try to get their backstory a little, and I want to talk some lucha for sure. I want to talk about these Aztec medallions, too, and the Aztec pride. There's some big coincidences with your arrival and those medallions showing up a very short time afterwards. I don't know about that.
Nothing's ever coincidence in Lucha Underground, my friend.
Yeah, I know that. But, yeah, man, I guess we're going to start at the beginning. Were you always a fan as a child, Were you a fan of wrestling?
Actually, I didn't even see wrestling until way later in my life, till the Monday Night Wars. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I see it a little bit, but I really became a fan was the Monday Night Wars. And I always was a WCW guy, would never watch the WWF. So that's when I really got into it. So I came in late to the party.
Hell yeah. Urban's a big WCW mark. He was a huge DDP mark.
Yeah.
DDP, heck yeah, it was DDP and Goldberg, except for Goldberg couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But he played football, and that's what I did. So he was my man. He's the reason why I got into wrestling, and then I went to DDP. And then DDP tag team with Karl Malone from Utah. So definitely a special place in my heart for DDP.
Yeah, man. Karl Malone, he got in there and he hit that diamond cutter. He got that 3 count.
And I popped like a mad for I don't even know, 16-year-old kid jumping up and down oh, Karl Malone hit that DDP diamond cutter. Yeah, I totally marked out.
Yeah, man, that's understandable. So I guess, as a big WCW fan, from there, where did you go from there? Did you what about when it was closed down? How are your feelings when that happened? Did you stay a fan of WWE then, or did you kind of get away from the business, or were you still watching?
No, I started watching the only one left, which was WWF at that time. So by that time, I was hooked, and WCW closed down. The only one really left that was easily accessible to me was the WWF at that time. So just stuck around with that, and now I know a whole lot more as a fan and a wrestler that there's more wrestling out there than just what you see on the main screens.
Yeah, for sure, man. There's
That's true.
Such an independent scene, and I didn't know much about it either because I was a huge fan of WWF and WCW, and I watched ECW syndicated show, but I never knew there was so much more,
Yeah, Japan, AAA, so much wrestling out there with such different styles. It's awesome and keeps things new and fresh. I like it.
When did you first want to start training to be a wrestler or get an interest to be a wrestler?
Actually, the Monday Night Wars, because I always saw it. I'm like, oh man, they have to be somewhere cool, some special club or something that only they get to wrestle. But I never actually thought of stepping in the ring myself because I had no idea how to do it. And I actually went to a WWE show that was here, and then some local guy handed me a flyer, and he's like, hey, dude, you should come to our show. You should have fun. I'm like, okay, cool. So I threw their flyer in my pocket, put it in my room. 4 months later than that, I cleaned my room, found it again, and the next day I was in the ring.
Hell yeah.
I'm starting to draw.
Promotion works.
I'm starting to draw some parallels with Marty the Moth and Urban Heretic 187. I'm just saying.
Well,
I Isn't that a bad thing?
Hey, man, that's
Hell no, it's a good thing.
Right.
That means there's hope for me.
Life's what you make it.
This is
I make
true.
mine a bitch.
Hell yeah. So when you started training, who was, I guess, most influential at you, for you at first and helped you the most?
Well, we started training over here at a place called UCW Zero. It's really the only place out here in Utah. A guy named Steve Nelson started training. There was a guy that was Derek. He used to wrestle under Derek Janetti, but he's very, very, very good out here. And then I was always influenced by like Goldberg and Shawn Michaels, but then obviously you can tell the work rate between Goldberg and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Obviously both of them draw incredible amounts of money, but I like the way Shawn does things. So I always did the spear because you always start out at spears and rock bottoms and stunners. But I always used to use the spear because I was a football player and it just made sense. But then watching Shawn Michaels, it's a whole different style than Goldberg, and there's 2-minute matches.
How'd your first match go?
Oh man, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. They threw me in my match probably 3 weeks after I started training, so I had no clue what the heck I was doing. I haven't went back and watched it in a really long time. I thought it went amazing because the crowd all fought for it, but because also when you first start out, you tell everybody and everybody about they have a match coming up. So yeah, it probably went like hell, but it felt good to me back then. I have no idea what I did or a single move or anything that I hit, but it felt good like then. But I had no idea what the heck I was doing out there. It looked good, absolutely.
So after your first match, that 3 weeks, man, that's a short time,
Yeah.
I did my first training session, it was it just happened, because around here in the independent scene in Tennessee, we go to some of the shows, and I went to a training session. I did it. Those ropes hurt like hell. I had bruises on my back for 2 weeks, and I'm really pale, so I guess that helped a lot too.
That makes it stick out nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And man, I couldn't imagine 3 weeks and just getting out there in front of people. I couldn't even imagine it.
Yeah, definitely. Was that way too early? Probably, but definitely it started me off with getting me experience enough because I played 4 sports in high school, so I was pretty athletic. It was just trying to figure out wrestling versus football, wrestling, track, and lacrosse like I did. So it was just kind of throwing me in on the deep end. And good thing it's not swimming because I don't know how to swim either. So.
Well, I don't know how to ride a bike, so.
What?
That's true. J-Man does not know how to ride a bike. I never learned. I was raised by no, man. I was raised by my grandparents, and neither one of them knew how to ride a bike, and I never learned.
Huh.
It's part of my mystique now.
I know how to swim, but I don't know how to wrestle. So I mean, I guess we're all even.
Yeah, there we go. It all evens out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Okay, after that, how did you get in the Tough Enough thing? That I don't want to talk about that much, really. I just want to really know how that came about. And I know the injury happened, and it got cut short. I also want to know your first impressions of Stone Cold and of course Eric Van Wagenen, because how things came about, man, with the lucha and everything. But
and his birthday's today, right?
Yeah, I saw that on the Twitter. Some people wishing him birthday.
What? It's EV Dubs?
Yeah.
Birthday? Damn, nobody told me.
He does.
Shit. I fucked
You got
up.
plenty of time, man.
The boss is gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, no, ever since that first match, I just kept wrestling, learned more and more and more as I could. By that time, I think, by 07, I did my first WWE tryout when it was FSW. Started doing a lot of WWE extra work, Summer Slams, etc., just grinding away and working hard. And then WWE Tough Enough came out in 2011. Someone hit me up on Facebook like, hey, I'm a TV producer for WWE Tough Enough. They want you to put in something because you're on the WWE's radar. Like, oh, yeah, that's funny. That's cute. I thought he was lying to me. He's hitting me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, So I didn't write back the first couple days, but I decided to screw it. If it actually is somebody from WWE Tough Enough, and I don't do it, then I'm going to feel like a big dip trap. So there you go. I wrote him back finally, and he's like, yeah, you're on WWE's radar, and we want you to at least send in a tape. And so I wanted to send in a tape, and ended up getting flown out to Los Angeles, sitting in a hotel for like a week or something like that while they narrowed down the final 14. Like a 3-week process to get on that show.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that must have been crazy, because I watched, I always watch the Tough Enoughs, and, it's such a crazy thing to be put in that situation, with all those legends around you and the spotlight just right there on you. Mainstream.
It definitely is. I heard this year's not doing so hot, though. I haven't seen a single episode of it, but I heard this year's not doing so hot.
Yeah, I watched the first one, but I've kind of got disconnected with the WWE product because I don't know. There's so much better stuff out there now that keeps my attention. I get drawn out for watching the Raw. It's a little too long for me, but not really going to go into that, I guess. But what was your first impression of Stone Cold though? When you came around him, because he's uber legend, badass motherfucker. So I always got to ask
legend. Obviously, he played Stone Cold Steve Austin the first time he met with us because he wanted to be a hard ass and wanted to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. He wanted to basically kick the shit out of us and make sure we are good for business. And so my first impression of him is holy crap, he's Stone Cold Steve Austin, holy crap. Then my half win this competition phase would have kicked on. I'm like, all right, he's my coach. That's cool. He's done stuff, but he's my coach. So that was my first impression of him. He's trying to be intimidating. It's crazy, and I just have to separate myself from fanboy to he's your coach.
Yeah.
So that was my first impression because first time I ever saw him, I've done lots of WWE stuff before that, Tough Enough, but I never met Stone Cold. So the first time we met Stone Cold all together was that very first episode when he was standing in the ring and we run out to the ring. He tells us some stuff, and then we run back, and the pyro goes off and crap like that. It was cool, but that was the first time meeting him. And walk into an empty arena in the WWE arena with Stone Cold Steve Austin staring at you, walking down the WWE ramp. You totally have to, I don't want to say fanboy, but totally fanboy a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely mark out, man. I mark out on these podcasts all the time. Start stuttering and stuff, man. It's just how it happens, man. It's hard to separate from the fanboy and get serious, Sometimes it's just hard to.
It really is, and I got really good at it at Tough Enough, at Tough Enough, but I'd already been doing it already since I've done so much WWE stuff. I had a tryout. I had done X work countless times before Tough Enough ever happened. So I got really used to, okay, now he's the guy that's going to be critiquing me. Now he's this guy. Now he's this guy. And that's kind of, in my head, how I had to play it is, yes, he's this person, but right now he's my coach. Right now he's my critique. Right now he's my chance to try and get on SmackDown tomorrow as well. So I had good practice at that by the time I had Tough Enough on.
Oh, yeah. What about Eric Van Wagenen? How was that when you first met him?
When I first met him was when we first started Tough Enough. So I said, okay, he's one of the big guys over at in my mind, I had to know who was who, and I just knew he was one of the higher ups, which he was the man.
Yeah.
And he was always just a nice guy. I never saw him when the cameras were really on us because he's the guy that's supposed to be off camera.
Yeah.
He was always just the nicest guy, and he shot a bully beatdown in Utah. So he had some Utah roots. So his family lives here, so we kind of connected over Utah. And he was just the nicest guy ever. If you needed anything, he was right there. He'd have somebody go get it. He was one of the best things I ever got from Tough Enough. And it was him who actually pushed for me to get on Tough Enough. So Eric Van Wagenen essentially completely changed my life because he's the one who got me to Lucha Underground. He's the one who got me on WWE Tough Enough. Eric Van Wagenen is amazing. I love that man. Let's just go with that. Hey. But he's the one who voted for me on both these projects. Both these projects have been amazing for me.
We share a mutual love. We love that guy too, man. He put us over on Twitter, at first, and so did Krista Joseph. Those guys,
Put us over on VIP tickets.
Yeah, they helped us out a lot, you know, you know, great fucking dudes right there.
Good old DJ. We always tell each other, you know, you can't, most men, you can't go and say you love man. So me and DJ always say, I hate you. So if you ever see us together, you say, I hate you. I hate you too. Go to hell. I never loved you. That's how me and DJ talk to each other.
Hell yeah.
That sounds exactly like our relationship with Joseph too. Wow.
He hates a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's a very hateable person.
Yes, he is.
Well, we set out to be the last real heels, so I guess, you know, it's good to be hated.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess.
Yeah, you guys kind of like it.
Yeah. But I guess, you know, the injury, you know, cut the Tough Enough thing short, and that was shitty, I know, but I guess things went well after that, you know, came to a good place after that. What did you do after that mostly? You know, after your injury healed up?
After the injury healed up, I kept in great contact with Stone Cold, and I still do. Not as much as I did back then, but he actually called me. I was in Colorado working a show. I came back like 3 months earlier than I was supposed to. But I wanted to get back in the ring and continue on now that I had all this extra like time and more experience. But he called me and just talked to him. I asked him, so what do I need to change? He's like, well, you would have won that show for sure. But now the only thing I can really say is your work's there. It's just put on weight. So then I just hired a personal trainer and got some weight on me and kept wrestling and kept trying to just work in the business, man. So it's fun, but it's awesome that a guy like Stone Cold Steve Austin, now that the competition is over, he's no longer my coach. Now he's technically still my coach. Like, what can I do from here? But a guy as big as Stone Cold Steve Austin could call you on your cell phone and just check in on you. That's really cool. Stone Cold Steve Austin is like a genuine nice guy. Of all the coaches there, he was the guy that took the time extra. Him and a little bit of Bill DeMont took that time extra after and made you just kind of see how I was, what was our plan, give me suggestions. Steve Austin actually critiqued some of my matches. Like, you're that big, and you take the time for that. He loves his business. So Steve Austin is straight up dude.
Yeah, I was about to say it's because he loves that business, and if he sees something in someone, you know, he sees something in somebody, he wants to, you know, help them bring the best out of them. That's awesome, you know.
That must be pretty awesome to have somebody that will critique your work as well, especially somebody like Stone Cold, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then he'll call and talk to you, and it's just cool that someone who's as busy as him, he's got his other stuff going on. He's also done a lot in his life. He's actually Stone Cold Steve Austin, so he didn't took that time to talk to me personally on the cell phone multiple times, critiquing my work and helping me just move on to the next step. So that's awesome of him.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, I mean, how did Lucha Underground, you know, you said you got led there, I guess, with Eric, you know, how did that come about, though, I guess, really? How did that start out for you? And, you know, were you familiar with the Lucha Libre style?
Yeah, most definitely familiar with the Lucha Libre style. Didn't get to work a lot in it. I did a few times in certain matches when I did in like Arizona and stuff like that. But it's definitely its own style for sure. But actually, about a year before Lucha Underground actually came to pass, Eric hit me up, Eric Van Wagenen, and said, well, hey, would you be interested in doing this show that we got going on? It's kind of hard to explain, but would you be interested to be working with me again? And all this project kind of like held to the yes. And so that was a year before the show came on. And then I hit him up a few times on Facebook after that, just kept keeping in contact, make sure the show was happening. And I didn't know it was going to be something like the way Lucha Underground turned out, but thank God it was, because this stuff is sick.
Yeah, man, it's like crack, man. It's wrestling crack. You got any more of that Lucha Underground?
Yeah, right.
And they're only going to give you an hour's worth, so you still want more.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. I mean, I love the way they do that, you know.
Yeah, but there's so much in that hour. Oh, my God.
You know, they tell so many stories, and the matches are always solid. There's always at least 3 good matches, you know. And And then the segments, they don't drag and they always tell a story. That's how it should be.
And that's all comes down to the production, the quality that Eric Van Wagenen puts on, and his stuff, and then the writing staff. That writing staff, they're freaking geniuses. So, like...
They're fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fans. They know the product. They've been working in the product. Some writers that are on there are ridiculous, and as you can tell that by the storytelling there. But Lucha Underground is just so different. Like, people keep like, oh, so you're on a TV show. I'm like, yes. We're on Lucha Underground, but it's not a wrestling show. It's a TV show with wrestling on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We actually killed somebody.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, we were wondering why he didn't show up to our interview.
That's probably why. Like, I'm going to go on the real podcast now and I'm going to put a hit on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what happened. You know, I mean, it's such a refreshing approach. You know, in the way it's shot, everything, and I mean, a guy like El Jefe, you know,
by the way, I love
with him running.
I just love everybody.
So man, the whole cast, it's a show of characters, and anyone can win at any time. That's the thing that we love as well. You know, it's unpredictable. It's not like, you know, you don't think this one guy's going to dominate everybody. Everyone gets their shit in, as we like to say.
That's right, everyone gets their stuff in. It's beautiful. I love this show. Dario Cueto, that man is a character, like, that man is so awesome. Because we've all seen the Vince McMahon authoritative character before, but Dario Cueto, that's something different.
Exactly.
We love Dario Cueto.
That's a whole nother level, brother.
The Aztec pride, man. How did you discover your Aztec heritage?
It actually came from DJ. We kind of was playing off the fact that it was his idea, and with me, no one believes I'm half Mexican, and I really am. Like, I'm half Mexican, but I didn't speak Spanish. I suck at spicy food. I'm really bad at being Mexican, but I'm half blood. I used to call myself the half-breed heartthrob. It was Tristan Gallo when I wrestled. So we played off that and Aztec pride, but do I look Mexican to anybody on this show? That was one thing. I saw an article about Marty the Moth, how it's almost like a blatant make fun of the audience almost, because I'm over here saying I have Aztec pride, but I really do. I do. I'm Mexican, but I don't look it. I'm white as hell.
Hey, man, I know. I got that problem too, brother.
I gotta pay for my jam. This is bullcrap.
Right.
We got some Urban. He's half Mexican too, and we got some problems on Twitter with this other wrestling website that was complaining about us using Lucha Click hashtag because I'm not Hispanic. That's literally what he said. And, yeah, really. He's deleted the tweet since, but I got it screenshotted. It's on my Twitter, I think. It's ridiculous. He was like, this guy's... And he said I didn't know anything about Aztec heritage either, so I shouldn't be able to say Lucha Libre. Lucha Click.
That's like only Mexicans can use the Lucha Click hashtag?
Yeah, I guess so. It was pretty wild, though.
Which is why I promptly corrected him.
I'm half Mexican, I swear to God. That's funny. That's like... People are so sensitive nowadays. It's getting to the point of it's past ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Hulk Hogan being elected in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan is wrestling. Like, that is the man who, without having Roddy Piper there, God rest his soul.
Yeah, that's sad
You make
times.
Hulk Hogan the man. You need a bad guy. Like, he's raised from the Hall of Fame, and he's the whole reason there is a Hall of Fame. Yeah, I can go off on that one, but I'm not going to because there's probably a lot of swear words and stuff you guys probably wouldn't want to have done your rating show.
Well, you know, we're okay with swear words.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But I mean, yeah, it's just crazy, man. There's a lot more sensitivity and it's the social media age. You know, it has a lot to do with it. I think, you know, people if they can hashtag complain about something, they do it. Like every week, there's always a new hashtag about, cancel WWE Network, Diva this, blah, blah, whatever. Every week there's something. It's just crazy. And it's ridiculous. Lucha, though, man, there's no bad hashtags. There's only a few people. I haven't seen that many people complain about it. And that's really good. I've seen a few little people here and there. Dave Meltzer, of course, saying that, everybody was plants around the ring for the Believers Backlash. That was crazy.
That motherfucker's a damn wine cooler drunk.
But, it's just crazy. But, the Aztec medallions, they showed up shortly after Marty the Moth came. That was a crazy coincidence, that, I think there's something to that. That's what we think, but,
and there may be.
Yeah.
So, just stay tuned in. What we need to do is just get signed in for season 2 already and continue on this journey, because we got one more week of Ultima Lucha. And then after that, what are people going to do on Wednesdays?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know. I'm going to, I don't know. I might disappear for a while. I'm going to be very sad because I won't have Lucha to watch every week.
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner with a bottle of Jack.
Yeah.
Crying.
That sounds like me.
I agree. So I think if people are going to go complain about wrestling on Twitter, people want to start hashtags, we should hashtag close the gap, because Eric Van Wagner went on with a Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast.
Yeah.
And said, we're waiting for season 2. We just need to get the financials all down. We just need to close the gap. So I wrote him a tweet and I said, hashtag close the gap. And he said, I like that. We should get that trending. And I think we should. The Lucha Click, Lucha Underground fans, and one of these hashtags I saw recently, the Killer Moth, I did not start that, but it's cool because it's out there. We should all get close the gap out there trending, because we want Lucha Underground back for season 2.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. I'm going to start hashtagging that, tweeting it, Netflix, fucking Hulu, everything. Because, I know that was an outlet he said that they were looking at possibly.
Where's the crowdfunding at, man?
Yeah, where's the crowdfunding?
Right, that's probably not a bad idea either.
I don't know if anybody saw that. That's something me and him talked about, me and Urban. We were like, I know there's lots of crazy Lucha fans out there. I don't know how much the gap is, but anything would help, I would think, I don't know. But
it's true, and here's the fun part is that we've become so successful in our season 1. I don't know if they were meaning to have to plan the rest of the success of the show until maybe, I don't know if they will plan on doing it later or what, but it's so successful right now. We know it's going to get signed, but where's it going to go? That's what they're waiting on the signatures for, is where are we going to take this company? Because now it's not just a small thing anymore. It's not a small TV show. People want to see it, and it's a great show, and so we have to make a lot of big decisions coming up. Netflix, Hulu, well, we're going to go on a regular TV station. What's going to happen with Lucha Underground?
well, hopefully it's going to continue and take over the world, and the last Real Hills will be there with them.
We'll just ride on the coattails.
Yeah, the coattails, brother. just keep up. Just one coattail. Someone else can grab the other one. We can just hold on to one.
That's fine. Vela conmigo. That's our island tag on there anyway. So fly with us. And what is it? El Rey ride with us, or ride with El Rey?
Ride with El Rey, yeah.
Ride with El Rey. Yeah, no, season 2, it's out there. It's just a matter of time.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I guess I'm going to ask the final question I usually ask. What's the favorite match you've ever been in? And what's the favorite match you've ever watched? If there's a couple for each, that's cool. I'd like to ask that and, get your thoughts on that.
I think my favorite match that I've ever been in is going to be my next match, because I'm always more excited about my next match than matches I've already had, because I've had matches in my life that are awesome and some that are worse, and really when I stop liking wrestling and stop being excited about whatever match I have next, that's when I knew I need to quit. So my next match, I always say, or my favorite match is always going to be my next match. So, and actually, my next match is over in Las Vegas with the Reno Scum, who just showed up on Global Force.
Hell yeah, yeah. I haven't been watching Global Force as close as I should have. Should be probably. It's so many hours in the day. I watch Lucha in New Japan a lot. That's what I watch mostly. But I haven't been watching that close enough. But yeah, that's awesome, man. What are some of your favorite matches you've ever watched?
Oh, my favorite match of all time is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels Part 1. I would like to say. The first one, I think that was the one that just everything was there, everything flowed. And that was just the favorite match. I don't think the second one could match up to the first. The second one was an amazing match, but I don't think the first one was just wow.
Yeah, it's one of the most epic stories ever told. And their rivalry, man, it was so many years, from Hell in a Cell, casket matches, everything. It's fucking great stuff,
Everything was great stuff. The fact that I had the promo for it, I love the WWE. The WWE production department is ridiculous. They're just so good. They always have those promos before every single big battle, and that's actually I'm on my workout mix there. On my workout mix, I have that promo for that match on there as I'm lifting weights. So, yeah, that match was definitely my match for me. That's like, yeah, this is why I love this shit.
Hell yeah, man. I guess, Urban, he said something about you doing some acting, You want to touch on some acting real quick? What you doing some acting things. He said something about that. You said we should ask him about that.
Oh, man.
I'm breaking your dick off, man.
I said he was doing a lot of stuff. I mean, what are you doing now,
Besides Lucha, what else you got going on? Go ahead.
I'm actually doing. I've been in acting. I've been in lots of shorts, some commercials, some Doritos, some Lay's, and I've done shorts out here. I have acting coaches. I have a voiceover coach. I was telling you guys earlier. I have a voiceover studio at my house that I'm doing voiceovers. And I have a voiceover coach. So commercials and shorts, movies. I love entertaining people, man, and I love wrestling because there's that live crowd and the fans are there and can interact with you right there. But watching people react to stuff that I put on film is just so fun too. I just love entertaining. It's way funner than a stockbroker job that I actually do in real life.
Yeah,
okay, come on.
I saw an interview where you said you were you did that, and I thought that was some crazy stuff. Man, so you still do that?
I still do that, yeah. I always tell people, because people are like, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm a stockbroker, and then I do wrestling and acting and voiceover. Like, you're what? I'm a stockbroker. Really? Yeah, because people usually think wrestlers have that stigma of gym rats and dummies, and I've seen some smart people in wrestling. So, just intelligent people.
Yeah, they don't get enough credit, man. There's lots of brains behind lots of guys in the business, man. It's fucking a hell of a it's a hell of a stereotype,
It definitely is. The gym rat stereotype. Yeah, there's definitely gym rats out there, but there's stereotypes for everybody. But yeah, I am a stockbroker still. So I do that, and I do voiceovers and then acting training, and then my voiceover training, and then I started taking capoeira. Just because I'm 230 pounds legit, so but I'm wrestling all these guys that are 160, 180, but they're doing triple backflips before they ever touch the ground. So capoeira has definitely helped me out. DDP yoga, heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So doing that as well, learning my Spanish as well. Season 2 is going to get here, and season 2 is definitely going to be my season. One of the writers challenged me to learn Spanish. By the time I got back, I'd be able to say my lines in Spanish. So I took that seriously. I have a Spanish teacher as well as the 2 classes I've taken. So I'm just busy all the time.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
it means a lot. You give us some time and do an interview, brother.
Yeah, that means a lot to us, man. We thank you for that. And, if you want to go ahead and plug all your shit, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard. It's really just my name. Instagram, Martin Casaus. Twitter, Martin Casaus. Facebook, Martin Casaus. Pro wrestling tees, Martin Casaus. Everything is just Martin Casaus. I made it really easy for everybody. I got martincasaus.com as well. Obviously, shirts, hats. I'm still working with Lucha Underground because we need to get those Aztec Pride shirts out there, man.
Yeah, Mass Republic. I was about to say that when here in just a second. We need to get Marty the Moth, Aztec Pride shirts on Mass Republic or something, because they're doing a bunch of stuff with some Lucha guys, or the Lucha Underground website too, whatever. somewhere there needs to be some Aztec Pride shirts.
It most definitely does, because there's some definite people out there with some Aztec pride. And you know what? That makes me so damn happy and so grateful. Lucha Underground, the people in that temple are ridiculous, and I cannot wait for our season to start.
Hell yeah, man. We can't either, because we're going to be, when Season 2's announced, we're booking the flight. It's going down. We're gonna,
You let me know when, and I'll make sure we go. We meet up.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, again, we
man, another LA time. God.
another LA time.
Woo! That's gonna be fun.
But again, we thank you, and I guess have a good rest of the day, brother.
And I had to do this interview because you guys rock. You guys definitely are part of the Lucha Clique. I don't care if you're Mexican or half Mexican or what are you. Because I'm half Mexican too, and don't believe me either. So thank you guys for being fans, and hey, appreciate being on this thing with you.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother.